Hello everyone, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Mr. Jha, first question for you. You know, you have a movie here with a social message. When you're making a film like that, how do you really draw the balance? You got to entertain at the same time, give a message. So where do you really draw the line?
Message is nothing. I don't start with message.
Right.
I start with a story and I start with a film and I want to entertain people, engage my audience and really tell them a story they'll find worth paying and spending their time with.
Yeah.
If they take a message home, that's a bonus
Good for
me.
them.
That's a bonus for me.
Yeah.
Quite simply.
But still, you got to maintain that it can't be too preachy, it can't get too boring. At the same time, there has to be that.
It can't be preachy at all, and if it is boring, then I'm dead. As simple as that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kareena, you've done, both of you have done very commercial potboilers, glamorous roles. How different is the Prakash Jha set?
Well, I think the setup and the milieu is definitely different.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think it's been, if I can say, I think it's been one of my best experiences in my career.
Wow.
Just working with him. So much fun,
Yeah.
so easy despite everything,
You're
you
on
know.
to my next film, okay?
Don't know about you.
That easy,
Arjun.
Mr. Jha, that's all it takes.
I'm a given.
You're a given. But yeah, he just makes things so easy.
Yeah.
You know, despite everything around looking so hard-hitting
So
and
real
so
and strong,
real
yeah.
and rugged, but everything is so comfortable.
Yeah. Arjun, what about you?
It was like coming home.
Yeah, exactly.
He was signed, sealed and delivered 5 years before he started working with me.
Wow.
Ask him.
Yeah, that is true. But actually,
come with a package deal, huh?
5 years before I did Rajniti,
Yeah.
which was the first film I did with Prakash Ji, he just saw something and he said, you know, I want to tap certain potentials in you. And I had no idea what he was talking about. And then when I started working with him, you start seeing that how a director can really, you know, see you in so many different lights.
I liked his work in D-Day. I think it was...
You've seen the film,
Yes,
yeah.
I did like
I
his
did
work and I
too,
told
yeah.
him so. It was a very balanced, restrained and a very confident work. So Arjun has grown up into a lovely, beautiful actor.
Wow. Now, I would assume, you know, you are very research-oriented for your films. Do you expect actors to do the same for their roles?
No. My God, no. If they start doing research, they'll make my life miserable.
The first thing he says is, you're coming onto my set and you're not acting. That's the first thing he tells you. He says, you're not going to act on my set. You just have to be that character. And this is all the material that you have.
I know, Kareena, you're very spontaneous. You always say you do not really do that much research. Was this different for you then?
No,
You're playing a journalist. Was there any, homework done for that?
I think Prakash Ji did most of the homework because the way he wrote the character,
Yeah.
it's I played it the way he wanted me to. I think I'm a director's actress. I want to work with different kind. I have worked with different kind of directors, and Prakash Ji, I wanted to.
You know, working with Arjun is like home ground for you now. But Kareena also comes with a very diva-like image. So did you ever how did you break that down and make her play this one?
Every single day I kept waiting, where is the diva coming from? She never came, you know.
I was just one of them. There was no diva.
If there were 50 journalists standing covering an incident or an interview, she used to be standing right in the middle of
And you
them.
couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell the difference.
That's how it was.
Except if you look down and you saw the boots. Otherwise...
Madhurita, you wear boots.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, today journalists, look at the way they dress.
Journalists
so
are very
modern,
glamorous
the makeup
nowadays, yeah.
Don't justify.
Listen.
No, boots were the
I'm a
only
hot
thing which were allowed. Otherwise, she was not allowed to.
They never find the camera.
So she
that was the look.
she has a tremendous capacity because she doesn't have the reference or the background or the research you think. But she understands the character, and the good thing about she just slips into that character, the milieu, the scenario.
She's to cover the whole movement that's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And in the end, she's to report what's going on about the movement. So we'd all finish, and the sun's setting, and she shoots really, really fast. And she's got these 2 pages of dialogue, and we were like, my
she's
God,
packed.
and boom, she just comes
That's
and
because I was
does it.
sitting up the whole night learning.
Talking about dialogues, there are a lot of stories how Saif scared you about working with him.
Yeah.
Just because of the dialogues. How much
That's
of
because
that
I
is
think in
true?
Arakshan, the kind of dialogues that
Yeah.
Saif had, he was so stressed. So when I told him that, I'm working with Prakash Ji, he was like, oh my God, you have to work with him, but please be prepared to stay up all night. There's no life, you can't do anything, you
But
can't
we all
watch
have.
TV.
We all have.
You have to just sit up and learn your lines.
Yeah. You have to.
But your dialogues were easy.
My dialogues
they were
compared
not
to everyone
easy.
else.
They were not easy.
But not the Hindi was still easier than all of y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
What about your big scene that you had where you were panicking from the first day, I think? That when is that scene? Everybody used to ask, when is this scene? When is that scene?
When is my turn next?
Yeah.
So are you a taskmaster really? I mean, do you make them work very hard?
I have to complete my film.
That's all you care about.
As simple as that.
And he always tries to complete his film two days before schedule.
Wow.
And he does it. I don't know, uncanny.
Okay, but why?
Never on a single day.
Yeah.
I have gone like, I think even 1 hour over the time that we scheduled
Really?
the film.
Wow.
Never, ever. We always finish like, half an hour before the scheduled time. And I've never taxed my actors more than like 6-7 hours, max 8 hours, never more than that. I never shoot nights.
A huge population of our youth are very young. I mean, of our population are very young. And we always believe the young people can make a change. But at the same time, they're very dissuaded right now at the current scenario in our country. What do you say about that? They're almost disillusioned, I would say.
I think they are turning into a huge power.
Right.
The young India today, which is completely self-dependent, it's a population which is a performance-oriented population. It has worked very hard to get where it has, and it is demanding that the system performs.
Right.
And it is often, whenever it is aggrieved, whenever it is angry, it's often coming out. Like, they connect within minutes on the social media, and they are on the streets and they are talking about it. And we saw it.
Absolutely.
In Nirbhaya Kand story,
like a
with the gang rape in Delhi,
mass
it was
media movement.
mass movement.
Absolutely.
Like, thousands of them came every day that in the bitter cold, not bothering about the water cannons or the police lathis, and they stood there and they made the government bring the legislation
Absolutely,
for the
yeah.
safety of women.
Yeah.
That is the population which is actually taking baby steps towards its political engagement. Our film is actually a dialogue with this young India. Don't waste your anger in revenge. Use it to create a revolution. And
So what
that's
you're
the
saying
revolution
that if
which
the
has
youth
begun.
is shown a direction, they can bring about a change.
They are the only ones who will bring the change. That is 65% of Indian population.
Absolutely.
That is the one which is the hope.
What do you say, Arjun?
I totally agree with him. I think, I remember when I was in college and I just joined, and it was in 1990, and the Mandal Commission was going on. And we did not have Twitter, we did not have so many news channels, we didn't have any of that going on. And really coming from the West, which is Mumbai, or from Kodaikanal, when I went to Delhi, I really didn't even know what the Mandal Commission was really all about, because you don't have that kind of exposure. Here you see a different Indian youth, which I think would be the youth that I was when I was in college, which comes out there, is, non-violent, very peacefully, but very strongly, channelizing their energies. But they're looking for that right leader.
Right.
Okay, but the thing is, when will this youth take that step to become politicians?
Right.
When will they themselves
Come into the
decide
fray,
that, yes, we are committed to this and we're going to move there? Because when you look at politicians today, you say, oh, that's not a job I really want. Because the
Exactly,
image
yeah.
of a politician is so ruined, and so destroyed. So you really want to see this young generation starting to take up that, and inspire all of us to do work. And I think everybody needs to become the change that they want to see. And that's what Satyagraha talks about.
No, you're playing a journalist. I must ask you this, Kareena. Do you think the media has a very large role to play in moments like this? Media is often blamed for being irresponsible.
Yeah, it's because of
at the
them.
same time, they are very responsible as far as we saw in the Nirbhaya case also.
The truth comes through them.
Exactly.
And how soon? How fast?
Just a few days ago, the brutal and terrible incident that happened with the rape of a girl in Bombay. How safe do you think is Bombay city now? Because it's supposed to be one of the safest cities for us in the country.
And I think
what
women's
kind of
safety,
reform
not
can you
just
bring
in
about for a
Mumbai
change
as
like
place.
this?
I think women should be safe all over the country. It's not just this
It's the urban city,
urban city. What about the small towns where we don't even
Not
hear
even
about
reported.
how many
The case not even
rapes
reported
are?
It's the
mostly, right?
mindset, it's the training from a very young age, it's the fear of law, it's
Exactly. Fear of law is really lacking. Is something
that's what has to be kind of like inculcated, and it's really kind of like fear of being punished, punished for good.
You know, it's very sad and it's very disturbing, and I think really a strong law needs to come in regarding these kind of people, because it's a sick mindset.
Strong enforcement of the law. The law is there.
Like
That fear has to be there. That, my God, if I make a mistake, I will be taken. You know, that's what the kind of thing. Like, if you cross a red signal, you know that you will be taken. Your car will be impounded, you will be impounded, and you will be thrashed. No, that fear has to come.
I think that is a one line that just sums it all up, because we just don't fear the law. There's no fear of law over here.
Because corruption is in our culture today.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like it's in our blood.
You could, you could just rape and say I'm 16 and get away with it.
And
no,
we
it's
all
just,
have been corrupt.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah.
You know,
We
we
could just
all
become
have done
resilient
something
people,
or
resilient
the
citizens.
other which is wrong, and you don't feel you're doing wrong.
Exactly.
You don't even feel it. You feel, oh, chal, this is a norm.
Mr. Jha, you worked several times with Mr. Bachchan in the past. Tell me how difficult it is, like, directing him without being like in awe of the man that he is, because he does have a very overpowering presence in whatever he does.
You should see him on the set.
Yeah.
I mean, he never makes you feel that he is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. In fact, for me, like the very first day that I was shooting with him in Arakshan, we were all very prepared, and my unit is always on time and punctual. Like, you know, his call time was 9 o'clock. 25 minutes before 9, somebody comes and whispers to me, and I'm on the set trying to see whether things are ready or not, that he's here. I said, who? I said, Mr. Bachchan. I turn around and see that he, with all his guards, and just standing. I said, sir, your call time is 9 o'clock. Why are you here now? No, I'm fine. I can sit in a corner or something, watch. You carry on with your work. Amazing. And I realized, no, you can go back to the van. I'll call you when the shot is ready. I said, no, it's all right. You can take as much time as you want. I will sit here, ready. Wow. He looks like for the first time in his life, he has come to a shoot.
Wow.
He's so eager.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ready to rehearse, ready to do a retake, ready to see to it that the best comes out.
Wow.
So
even when he's rehearsing with the actors, it's the same intensity he's going to put into the shot. He loves it, and there are a lot of junior actors.
Never allow anyone else to give his cues. Even if when he is off the camera, he will come and stand and he'll give his cues himself.
But that's exactly like me.
Wow, yeah. Okay, we get the point.
Yeah, right. The next call, like, what's the next flight out of Bhopal?
Mr. Jha, I want to ask you this question. There's this, this complete madness in Bollywood right now, in an industry about, this 100 crore. Everyone wants the film to reach that one mark. Now it's, I think, 200 crores, right? 100 crores is redundant. So what do you feel about this? Yeah, I mean, what do you feel? Do you have this?
Talking.
Yeah.
We don't talk less than 1,000 crores. फिल्म होगा भाई जो होना है, लोगों को पसंद आनी चाहिए. हमारी सारी कंसंट्रेशन उसके ऊपर रहती है कि अच्छी फिल्म बनाए, लोग एंजॉय करें और देखने के बाद कहें कि वाह, पैसा
Remember
वसूल
the
हुआ.
film for what you saw, really.
हाँ, पैसा वसूल हुआ.
Yeah.
With Satyagraha, my expectation is nowhere less than 500 crores.
Way to go, way to go.
But because it is a big film and it needs to do that kind of business and it's got that kind of a release, so yes, it can go there and do that.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I think if people get inspired by watching this movie and that Josh comes in, which is what the motive is, which Prakash has made this film with, I think we are winners.
Super. Good luck to all of you all, and thank you for being on our show.
Thank you, Madhuri.